A new survey of private Christian schools shows that 8 in 10 plan to offer in-person education this fall, along with a distance learning option as well. Dr. Lynn Swaner with the Association of Christian Schools International joins us now with more on what's happening this fall. Dr. Swaner, thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much, Wendy, for having me.
Well, tell us, what's going on? So many schools are reopening, and then there's others that really aren't. Tell us why they're doing that.
Yeah, so our survey found, and we surveyed nearly 550 Christian schools in the United States from diverse geographic locations and areas. And our survey found that, as you said, over eight out of 10 schools are planning on opening on time, physically coming back to campus. And really, the survey found that that was in response to the desire of families. So 90% of survey respondents said that all or mostly all of their parents desired a physical return to campus. You mentioned the distance learning option. Christian schools are really prioritizing offering families flexibility. So for those families that don't want to come back in person, they're offering that additional option for them. And that's because Christian schools really prioritize the needs of their community. They're able to be flexible because they are private schools. And we're seeing a great responsiveness to the needs of their individual communities.
Lynn, overall, there's a concern about financial sustainability. Tell us about some of the strains on Christian schools and ways to keep them viable during a pandemic.
So about half of our schools reported decreased enrollment, and the drop was about 6 to 10%, being the most frequently cited range, which this is concerning, but it's not as extreme as we might expect, given the really complete disruption that COVID-19 has done for the entire educational sector. And, really interestingly, a quarter of schools reported an increase in enrollment, and the qualitative data shows that that uptick is really due to families wanting to have that in-person return to school and being really dissatisfied with the other educational options in their community. And so really this suggests that private schools, Christian schools value proposition in terms of providing that high quality educational experience is really being made clear. The other thing I should mention is that our schools, we found through the survey, are being very careful in their return to campus. So they've consulted closely with state and local health departments, and they've developed sort of these web of safety measures to keep staff, students, and teachers safe, all from hand washing and hands cleaning to grouping students in cohorts, limiting outings and visitors to campus, and even masks. So we have 87% of schools planning to use personal protective equipment with their faculty and staff. That number's lower for students at about 77%. But again, schools are being very careful to make sure that that return to campus is safe.
Absolutely. Well, Lynn, there's so many hardships right now for Christian schools and students and families. What's the upside? How are you seeing the Lord at work in all of this?
Yeah, so certainly Christian schools are having a great opportunity to be a light in their community, to meet the educational needs. We had schools report in the survey, and actually in the report, which you can access at acsi.org, in the report we list some qualitative data, some quotes from schools, and they're just really seeing God's provision. Donors are coming through, and parents are saying, we're committed, this is what we want for our children, and just that community aspect of a Christian school, that community of faith, bearing with one another, helping each other, meeting each other's needs is really evident during this time, and I think is truly showing the value of attending a Christian school for families and for the community at large as they're able to bless the larger community.
All right, Dr. Lynn Swaner, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your insights.
Thanks so much.